Hello and good afternoon all. Welcome to the 13th edition of weekly virtual talk on water sector, interaction with district administrators from various parts of India. This weekly virtual talk, virtual dialogue has been initiated by National Water Mission, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India, and organized by APEC Digital News Network. And this is the 13th edition in which we're going to see again divergent presentations from various parts of India who are working relentlessly for water conservation and rainwater harvesting in their own districts. This thing much, let me inform all of you that we have got guests from district of Rajasthan, district of Sikkim, and district of Tamil Nadu. Also, we have with us a special guest from the NGO. We'll have an NGO perspective as well. Before that, let me introduce all of you and let me welcome G. Ashok Kumar, Additional Secretary, Mission Director, National Water Mission, Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India. We welcome G. Ashok Kumar. Will be joined shortly by Honorable Secretary U.P. Singh, Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India. Shortly, will be joined. I think he has joined.
Sir has joined. Sir. Nice of you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes. Sir, namaskar. Thanks for joining us.
Hi.
We have joined now. We have the honor of having Secretary, Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India, Sri U.P. Singh. We welcome U.P. Singh, sir. Thanks for joining us at the 13th edition of this weekly Water Talk.
Thank you and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. We have with us District Magistrate of Baran, Rajasthan, Indra Singh Rao, Government of Rajasthan. Thanks for joining us, Indra Singh Rao. We have with us Radha Pradhan, Additional District Collector, East Sikkim. Thanks for joining us, Radha Pradhan.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
We have with us S. Balakrishnan, engineer.
Please mute your mic. Can you please mute your mic and mute your mic? Radha, can you mute your mic?
Sure.
We have with us Mr. Arun Kumar Sharma from Ahuti NGO. They're working in water conservation for many years now. We welcome Mr. Arun Kumar Sharma as well. With this, let me request Sri U.P. Singh, Honorable Secretary, Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India, to deliver the keynote address in the beginning of this weekly virtual talk, the 13th edition of this virtual talk.
Mr. Balakrishnan, can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic, Mr. Balakrishnan? Can you mute your mic? Mr. Balakrishnan?
Yes, sir. I want to meet.
Can you mute your mic? Because otherwise audio is take it, fine. Sir, now, sir.
Okay, so very good afternoon to all of you. Again, I am on tour, but I didn't want to miss this time because I had 100% record of attendance till last time actually. Last Saturday also I was on tour to Arunachal, and unfortunately the connectivity was so poor that at least I wanted to be there for some time, but I couldn't make it actually because connectivity was very poor. Again, today I am on tour, but fortunately I am in Roorkee, and so I just stopped for a while at Roorkee, and after spending some time with all of you, I would not be today. I used to be always there for 2 hours or more than 2 hours. I would not be present for the entire duration, even though I would like to get connected through mobile while I'm traveling to Haridwar and onwards. So first of all, thank you, and thank you at the beginning both APAC as well as National Water Mission, who week after week have been organizing this. I call a water dialogue with the district administration, and we also generally have one non-government organization as well. As I had told earlier, I started, of course, we first started something called a water talk. Only yesterday we had water talk from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., where we had Mr. Lakshman Singh ji of Laporia fame. So first we started with that, and then when we started this Catch the Rain campaign, then we decided that let's have a dialogue every week, primarily with the district magistrates and other senior functionaries of districts as well as municipal corporations. But we also wanted to bring a different flavor in terms of our non-government organization joining. Why I started, I had explained more than one occasion that in this country, we have this syndrome of PM, CM, and DM. Perhaps the three most effective offices at different levels. At national level, it's a prime minister, a PM. At the state level, it's a CM, and the district level is a DM. Now, DM are very busy people. They have so many things at their platter. At one point of time, me and Ashok, we have also gone through long back through that post actually. And we know, first of all, how important that post continues to be and how busy that post is. So one of the reasons was that I wanted that water, which is really getting something which a real issue actually should get into the priority of district magistrates. And with that, first I started, I had done 3 divisional level collectors conference, kind of a half a day workshop or conference, whatever you call, where the divisional commissioners used to be there and the concerned district magistrates used to be there. So I did it at Saharanpur, where 3 district magistrates there. I did it at Banda for Chitrapur division, where 4 district magistrates there. And at Meerut, we had 6 district magistrates of Meerut division. And then we had planned next Jhansi as well as Moradabad. And in the meantime, this corona started knocking at the door in the beginning of March. And so we had to postpone. But then we found later on, see, every adversity has an opportunity. We found that perhaps this digital media, a digital platform is even better, because getting either for me going to different places was difficult, and getting district magistrates and top functionaries here would have been even more difficult actually. For the first time we did it was on a Saturday morning, because I thought Saturday would be relatively better, but later on we were told that some of the district magistrates are also fairly busy on Saturday mornings as well. So we have shifted it to Saturday afternoon, and week after week we have been giving an opportunity to the young colleagues of ours to showcase what they have done in the field of water actually. So primarily it is a platform for the states and the other people, the water warriors, one of them is present today also, to showcase what they have done. And because feeling is believing actually, I'm sure that you learn a lot from your peers, as well as this also motivates others to do similar good thing actually. Today morning, in fact, I had already participated. One of the reasons I started late from home was that at 10 o'clock, there was another e-seminar actually. They did not call it webinar, they call it e-seminar. So there also people were talking about the looming water crisis. Everybody talks of water crisis, and I also used to, initially when about maybe more than 4 years back when I first came to this ministry, I also used to basically speak the same language, that how India is a water stressed country, and then we used to talk of a Falcon mark, and then we used to say how India is going towards from a water stress to water scarcity, how we have only 4% of water resources in the country, and we have to cater to 18% of the world's population, 70% of the cattle population. We also talked about how per capita water availability is going down, and how our rainfall distribution is very skewed over time and space. We also talked of the recent impact of climate change, which is have been there in last 5 years, 6 years, 10 years or so, which has basically affected the distribution of rainfall, making it even more skewed actually. So while the total rainfall continues to be almost the same, its distribution over time and space is becoming more and more skewed. So that's also a matter of concern. But now I talk slightly differently actually. I say that no, India is not a water scarce country. India is a water rich country. How can a country which has more than 1,000 millimeters of rainfall and an average be basically a water scarce or a water stressed country. So all we need, I think we have enough water. All we need is basically to utilize that water properly. We have to make a proper water resource management in terms of both supply side management and demand side management. Supply side management, we have been earlier talking of only a big storage dams. Actually, they have served their own purposes, but storage dams are now very difficult to come by actually. So why can't, instead of concentrating only on one large dam, why don't we create many millions and millions of small structures actually? And we don't need to create them anew. There were millions of water bodies all over India, both in rural areas as well as urban areas, in terms of wells, in terms of ponds, in terms of tanks, in terms of lakes, in terms of wetlands. Unfortunately, over a period of time, we have allowed them to kind of deteriorate. Many of them have vanished as well. The city like Bangalore, which was taking pride on as a city of lakes, now it becomes news when from a particular lake you find a fire coming out of a lake or something. So every city, whether it's Chennai, whether it's Delhi used to have more than 1,000 water bodies actually. And most of those water bodies have either got silted up, they have been encroached upon. The channel which used to lead water to that water bodies is either encroached or blocked. So similar is the case with rural areas as well. Because India, everybody knows that India had a very glorious tradition of rainwater harvesting actually. Ashok had brought out a beautiful book which is also available. E-version of the book is also available. It is about 100 iconic step wells actually. And the step wells which we call Bhav or Vavari or whatever. And they show that how advanced we were as far as water harvesting is concerned. And some of them architecturally is also so good that you find them as a architecture marvel actually. So we had a very good tradition of water harvesting in this country. Maybe somewhere down the line, we did not kind of value those water bodies as much as we should have. So the first thing I tell all the district magistrates and whoever others who comes on these panels, that do one thing. You ensure just one thing, that all your water bodies, you go to your records of rights or whatever, all those water bodies which existed in the someone's phone is ringing. I don't know whose phone is ringing.
Karan, can you mute your mic? Karan, please mute it. I have been sending him, also sending messages to him. Arun, please mute.
Okay.
Fine.
So what I was saying is that the first job I tell whichever district magistrate, either I speak here or talk over phone, I said you do one thing, you make a complete census of the water bodies in your district and take up a drive to rejuvenate all those water bodies. And these days it's not difficult. You have enough money, if nothing, under MGNREGA itself. And MGNREGA priority, this year there has been another 40,000 crore as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat package has also been given. And in all forums we keep saying, Rural Development Minister, Rural Development Secretary also keep saying that priority as far as the utilization of MGNREGA funds is concerned is basically water conservation and land and soil conservation. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing I always say, that there is a tremendous scope of rainwater harvesting, catching the rain where it falls when it falls. Be it in your district, not only whether it's a government building, whether it's school buildings, whether it's a spaces, whether it's an institutions, you may have some engineering colleges, medical colleges, whatever. Everywhere there is enough built up area as well as there is enough open areas actually. So make a drive. For example, right now we have Jal Jeevan Mission. Under Jal Jeevan Mission, we have also started a small campaign, 100 days campaign, which relates to providing a tap water connection to every school and every Anganwadi center. So I say when we are going to provide a tap water connection to every school, simultaneously let us do one thing. Let us also build a rooftop rainwater harvesting on all the schools. And this has been done without even earlier under MGNREGA, perhaps this was not a permissible permissible item, but now it is a permissible item. But when, even if without MGNREGA also, we had once Shalini Agarwal, who is Vadodara, I think she continues there at Vadodara, a district magistrate. She told us the story how she was able to provide construct rooftop rainwater harvesting in all approximately 1,000 schools which were there in the rural areas of that district. So maybe if you are not able to do it every school, let's start. Let's make a beginning somewhere. Let's have one school in every gram panchayat, and let's all government building, etc. So that's the second request I would say. The third request, I would admit, I always admit that today's district administration is much aware in terms of even issues relating to water. Frankly speaking, when I was a district magistrate after 7 years of service or so, I didn't know what is an aquifer. I never knew that there is something called a crop pattern change is needed, how the water table in my district is going up or down. We never bothered about these things actually. But today, we didn't talk much of a public participation or people's participation. We didn't talk much about the convergence. Of course, at our time, we didn't have this kind of money and so many schemes as well. But today, I'm happy that most of the people who have come here, they do understand. They have a much better understanding of water. So while you do a supply side management in terms of catching the rain, where it falls, when it falls, but at the same time, what is needed is a demand side management. So one should learn a bit about the demand side management as well. I know it's not a very easy job. When I talk of demand side management, I said basically utilizing the water a little more efficiently. Our advantage in a way is that in India, we use water very inefficiently. So if we increase, whether it's an agriculture, whether it's a industrial water supply, whether it's a domestic water supply, urban water supply, everywhere where we are very inefficient actually. So if we become a little more efficient, we will save a lot of water. Everybody keeps giving us figures that by 2030 or 2040 or 2550, our demand will increase so much. Why should demand increase? There are countries which have shown that demand has not increased because you can cut down the demand. Each one of us, the amount of water we consume, if we really become conscious, we can cut it down by 20, 30, 40, 50% actually. So like USA, last 20 years, there has been no increase in water demand. In Canada, I have shared 2 such platforms with the Canadian ambassador to India. And in both the times, he said that in last 20 years, their water demand has been half of what it used to be actually. So what I'm saying is the demand side management. So whether it is for the agriculture, of course, there are serious issues there in the sense that changing a crop pattern is not something very easy. You may try to motivate the farmers, but basically farmers will grow something which he can sell easily and which can fetch his good price. And that's why farmers in Haryana and Punjab today grow paddy where they were not growing paddy maybe 20 years back or 30 years back or 40 years back. And that is because we have free electricity, we have procurement which procures our entire procurement operations basically are very effective for sugarcane, paddy and wheat. And these 3 crops together save something like, use something like 80% of the total water which goes into agriculture. So there is a need. I am saying that whether in your district you can do it in agriculture or industries or a domestic consumption, but at least some steps should be taken for a demand side management also. And the last point I would like to make, there are so many issues one can talk about water actually. But unfortunately, I will not like to take more time. I don't have also much time because I'll do some work here and then I'll proceed further. So these days, I always talk about the 5 R's of water actually. 5 R's of water. The 3 R's are normal, recycle, reduce and reuse, kind of reduce, reuse, recycle. But the 4th and 5th R's are very important. Fourth R is basically recharge. We must recharge the groundwater. Today, groundwater is not getting, of course, now it has started getting, but groundwater always has been a second cousin of the surface water. Because surface water is visible, groundwater is not visible. So when something is not visible, even if the level is going down or level is going up, you are not able to see it actually. but the contribution of groundwater has been tremendous. Even today, let's say 65% of the total irrigation in the country is provided through groundwater. In fact, last 4 decades, I was reading somewhere that 80% of additional irrigation has come from groundwater and not from surface water. Similarly, industry, 50% water needs are met from the groundwater. Rural drinking water, 85% of the water needs are met from the groundwater. But what is happening to groundwater? There are certain areas where groundwater situation is so bad that maybe in a 15, 20 years, the entire aquifers will run out of groundwater. So recharge. So the fourth R is very important, that you do recharge. Whatever kind of recharge structure which is suitable to you, maybe a simple, even yesterday, for example, Mr. Lakshman Singh ji was talking of the Chauka system, which they are doing actually. I said, in fact, I read about a movement in Africa which call it dig it. So हम पहले बोलते थे ना कि भाई गड्ढा मत खोलो, गड्ढा अपने लिए खोदोगे तो उसमें दूसरों के लिए खोदोगे, उसमें खुद गिरोगे. But today it's there कि भाई गड्ढा खोदो, पानी उसमें आएगा, अपने आप नीचे जाएगा. In most of the places it will go. Some places maybe because of geology may be different, but otherwise generally water will percolate down actually. Of course, there are many other things where you do an artificial recharge, you have a recharge shaft and this, there and all, but whole idea is that we must recharge groundwater. We should not. Again, I am saying that the way you plan, you do a water, you do a bursting in your house, the country does a budget. So similarly, a water bursting is essential. How much water I am getting and how much water I am spending actually. If I am spending more than what I am recharging, then either I should increase the recharge or I should reduce the extraction. Because over extraction of water, both surface and groundwater, has led to a situation where a large number of small, not only water bodies, smaller rivers are all disappearing from the earth actually. So the fourth R is very important, recharge. But finally, I'll end by talking about, and the fifth R is respect. We must respect water. We must respect water bodies. We must respect rivers. We need to bring that respect back to the water which it deserves. And that's why every time when I talk about one of my visits to Bundelkhand, Banda district, which is one of the kind of districts known for its water scarcity. And the day I had gone there, in the evening, I lit 5 earthen lamps on a well, and that evening, on 7,000 wells, all the wells in the country, there were 5 women who were have lit lamps there. This was basically to show the connect. I was talking today only that very recently, the few days back, you had Diwali actually, and in Diwali, when I used to be, we used to celebrate Diwali in our village. It was a must and put one diya on the well, one diya in the field. So this is the kind of respect we had for the fields from which grains came, from the wells from which water came. Unfortunately, that respect somehow in the new generation is missing. We need to bring back that respect. Give back the respect to the water. Friends, there are so many aspects of water. One starts talking of recycle, reuse, everything about river rejuvenation, this, that, then it will take urban flooding, this, that. So unfortunately, so much. I'm sorry that I wouldn't be able to be here. Shok, of course, would be here. And the one good thing is that all the presentations which you make, not only the entire recording also remains available, but otherwise presentations are there. So I'll certainly have a look at the presentations. And I must thank all the people who have joined us today. We are doing it every week. We'll continue to doing every week because my target, of course, is to reach almost every district in the country, which is not possible because even if we reach about, let's say, 3 districts on an average, because one non-government organizations, we have 3 districts on an average. So in 1 month, 5 Saturdays would mean basically 12 or 15 districts. So even if we have 12 or 15 districts in 1 year, maybe we will able to cover maybe 150 districts or so. And in this country, we have now 700 districts. So basically, if we want to reach every district, perhaps we will have to. But we keep talking to reaching different districts in different other forums. Actually, a number of districts recently we awarded what is called a National Water Awards. Actually, so all those districts, their awardees, video and all is available with them. I keep talking to some of them. So whole idea is that all, as Honorable Prime Minister had said, let Jal Ka Andolan become a Jan Ka Andolan. And perhaps the heads of the district administration are in a best position to make a Jal Ka Andolan a Jan Ka Andolan. So I am sure that all of you will do well. And I wish today's webinar also, unfortunately, I will have to say bye to you at this juncture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for joining us on your way. I'm sure you were traveling from Delhi to Haridwar on our way. You could find some time to talk to us. Very inspiring, sir. And you had always been there for our water talks. The only one you missed was last time. Otherwise, always were there, sir. As for information of the people here, this water talk was started actually on August 8th. And almost every week we have had the meeting, except on August 15th when we had the Independence Day and the last week when we had Diwali. Otherwise, every time the secretary used to spend the entire 2.5 hours with us and listening and guiding us in these things. And many DMs. As of now, we are almost about 40 IS officers, either DMs or PDOs or municipal commissioners in different level who had been very senior position of the district. They have talked to us and shared their the activities they have done, and we continue to do that, sir. So today we have people from Rajasthan, Sikkim, and from Tamil Nadu. We also see to that we get people from various parts of the country. We had people from Andamans, we had the district collectors from Jammu and Kashmir, from Gujarat, Rajasthan, every state that we are covering. And Sikkim was one state we list out, so today Sikkim is also available with us. इंद्र सिंह आपका ऑडियो अनम्यूट नहीं है, इसलिए the Savas are, and Arun Kumar also आपका भी mic is not unmuted. That's why the sound is coming. Okay, feedback. Okay, fine. So as Secretary Sir was telling, we are looking to talk to the DMs because DM are the fulcrum of the administration, and if they deliver at the field, if they take interest in water, definitely water issues can be sorted out. And we had started this campaign, Catch the Rain, where it falls, when it falls somewhere in at the beginning of the monsoon. And now the monsoon is getting over, but our campaign has to still continue because we have to keep the site prepared and ready for to catch the rain when it comes in the next monsoon. So as Secretary Sir keeps on telling that bartan tayar karke rakhna, we have to keep the receptacle ready so that whenever the rain falls, we should be able to catch the rain. And there are a lot of issues associated with it. The Catch the Rain campaign generally says that it is to request people to create appropriate rainwater harvesting structures suited for the climatic conditions and soil conditions with the active people's participation. इसके बारे में सेक्रेटरी साहब ने जिक्र किया था that appropriate rainwater harvesting structures, some states have all states do not have the same type of soils substrata. It varies from place to place because the water percolation happens in different type of substrata in different ways. We need to tune our rainwater harvesting structures to appropriate suiting to the soil structure. So that's what we mean by appropriate rainwater harvesting structures. And again, depending upon climatic conditions, what is suitable in Sikkim may not be suitable in Rajasthan. So we have to keep that also in mind. And of course, with active people's participation. And the funds we are looking at is the Manrega. Most this year because of the COVID and the migration, additional 40,000 crore has been added. In addition to this, the Finance Commission money is all available. And as Secretary said, the permissions for spending the money in for water harvesting structures have been done, and also permission given to take up rooftop rainwater harvesting structures in government buildings. This is one target which I think we all should do. we should have a target to cover all government buildings to have rainwater harvesting structures by the end of this year. By December, we should have every school buildings to have rainwater harvesting structures. Similarly, whatever actions which we are taking, the removal of encroachments of from the tanks, identification of tanks in the ground, identification and correlation of the tanks with the revenue records, and see whether any of the tanks recorded in the revenue records have been encroached or have been wiped out from the surface of the earth. If that's so, then we have to probably recreate it, remove the encroachment, and see that the water body is restored. The channels which bring water to the water body has to be restored. These are the things to be taken up, and I'm sure that all of you will be taking it, working on this. So the idea is that in the next 3-4 months, we should work hard on these topics and see that the appropriate structures are built. We also have the program probably coming up from the next month with the help of the Nehru Yuva Kendra. They also will be meeting you and discussing with you, and also take forward a campaign. We will be having an awareness campaign, a drive running up in the district from probably December onwards for 3 months, so that the people also get involved and the bus is created in the district. So that will also be a part of it. So I'm not going to take much time. It's already 4 o'clock. So we'll start off with the presentations from the district. The idea, as I said, as Secretary also said, was one, to involve all of you, and also to give an opportunity for all the people who have done or doing good work in the field to present, and so that the experiences is shared to others. As Sir was telling about the experience of the Vadodara district collector, where 1,000 she had constructed rainwater harvesting structures, and now sufficient water is available for the entire year for the school. So this can be an inspiration for other districts also, other district magistrates also, all Anganwadi centers, all school buildings, all PSCs, and all government office buildings. In that order, if you can go out and see that rainwater harvesting structures is constructed and kept ready by the end of December. So we'll be ready with that, and probably a little bit maintenance in the beginning of the months period of the monsoon, so that all the पत्ते के थे जो गिरे हुए हैं उसको निकाल के साफ मेंटेन करके रखेंगे, तो पानी will be stored in that. We also should ensure that institutions which have large area like colleges, your training institutions, universities, then police battalions, etc., should also have rainwater harvesting structures in that. And that's not just rooftop rainwater harvesting structures. We should ensure that the water falling in that area, in the compound, should be confined to that area, so that water recharge happens in that area, and that can in turn help us in reducing the floods. Because how is flood caused? Because a lot of water which is falling in one area is going out to the rivers and causing flood. If we can in situ store this water, this water quantity of water may not flow out and reduce the impact of the flood. So in a way, reduce urban flooding, increasing soil moisture, increasing water table are all the outcomes we expect from the Catch the Rain campaign. Now, with these words, I now go to the panels for guests today. So we'll start off with Indra Singh, the DM of Baran, Rajasthan. We had almost all the states covered up. Rajasthan was one state which we missed out because of the elections there. So we can. I request Indra Singh Rao to please start off with his presentation and tell us what work he has done, and if he has any clarification also, we can clear it up. Thank you. Over to you, Indra Singh.
Next slide. Next slide, please. सर, आपको जानकारी है कि राजस्थान एक ऐसा स्टेट है जिसमें कि रेनफॉल बहुत कम है. पूरी इंडिया का यदि एवरेज रेनफॉल लिया जाए तो उससे भी कम है. इस लिहाज से 12 डिस्ट्रिक्ट थोड़ा ठीक है, क्योंकि यहाँ रेनफॉल राजस्थान के रेनफॉल से कुछ ज़्यादा है और यहाँ पर अधिकतर बहुत सी हमारे यहाँ नदियाँ हैं। ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट की हमने ज्योग्राफी बताई है। इसमें 7 ब्लॉक्स है, 221 ग्राम पंचायत है और टोटल विलेजेज 1200 से ज़्यादा है। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। 12 डिस्ट्रिक्ट मध्य प्रदेश के गुना, शिवपुरी और श्योपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट से लगता हुआ है और यहाँ पर नदियाँ काफ़ी है, तो छोटे छोटे नाले और नदियाँ और पॉन्ड्स काफ़ी है। इसमें मेन नदी जो है वो पार्वती नदी है। इसके अलावा काली सिंध और परवन ये नदियाँ भी यहाँ पे रहती हैं और मुख्य वाटर का सोर्स केवल बरसात के अलावा कोई सोर्स नहीं है। जैसे अभी यूपी सिंह सर बता रहे थे कि और जगह हो सकता है कि स्नोफॉल से भी पानी आता हो बरसात के अलावा, लेकिन राजस्थान में एकमात्र सोर्स जो है केवल और केवल बरसात है। राजस्थान में आप जैसा जानते हैं कि पहले वाली सरकार में भी काफ़ी अच्छा काम हुआ था। मुख्यमंत्री जल स्वावलंबन योजना MJSY चली थी। उसके बाद में जल शक्ति अभियान भारत सरकार ने पिछले वर्ष चालू किया और इस साल अभी नई गवर्नमेंट ने भी आने के बाद में राजीव गांधी जल संचयन योजना नाम से इसको कंटिन्यू कर रखा है और काफ़ी अच्छा 12 जिले में काम हुआ। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। जिसमें मुख्य रूप से जो टारगेट है वो है कि हम किस तरह से वाटर टेबल को राइज करने के लिए हमारे जितने ओल्ड वाटर के सोर्सेज हैं उनको हम कैसे प्रिजर्व करें, रिज्यूनेट करें, उनको कहीं लीकेज है उनको ठीक करें, एक्स्ट्रा कुछ जगह क्रिएट करें ताकि जो पानी बहकर रिवर्स में जा रहा है और अल्टीमेटली वो सारा सी में जाता है उसको भी हम हमारे जिले में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रोक सकें। अभी हमारे अब तक जो है करीब 1 लाख और 23,000 से ऊपर हेक्टेयर लैंड में हमने इसका काम कर लिया है और अभी करीब 154 ग्राम पंचायत हुई है और ये अभी इस साल कंटिन्यू है और 221 पंचायत में हम सबको इस पर करना है। अभी कुछ नई पंचायतें भी गठित हो गई हैं, इस बार पंचायत चुनाव नए हुए हैं। हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि अब इस वर्ष जो हमने काम हाथ में लिए हैं जिसमें कुछ में काफ़ी में हम फील्ड में खुद जाकर आए हैं, उसमें काफ़ी अच्छा काम अभी चल रहा है। जैसे अभी एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी सर ने फरमाया कि जो ये प्रॉपर समय है कि हम ये काम कर लें क्योंकि इस समय काफ़ी काम करने की लोगों में एक एनर्जी लेवल भी ठीक रहता है, गर्मियों में थोड़ी एफिशिएंसी भी कम हो जाती है और गर्मी में 15 जून के बाद कभी भी बारिश आ जाती है। तो हमने अभी हमारे काम युद्ध स्तर पर चला रखे हैं और फंड की कोई हमें स्टेट से कोई कमी नहीं है और इसको हमने जैसे यूपी सिंह सर ने बताया कि MNREGA से डॉटेल करने का, तो हमने इसको डॉटेल किया हुआ है। ऐसे डिपार्टमेंट्स जैसे WRD है, वाटर रिसोर्स डिपार्टमेंट, फॉरेस्ट और ग्राम पंचायत, इन सबको और सॉइल कंजर्वेशन डिपार्टमेंट, इन सबको हम लोग नरेगा से जुड़ते वर्क स्टार्ट हो रखे हैं, डॉटेल किया हुआ है ताकि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम लोग वाटर बॉडी को रिजनरेट कर सकें और वाटर को रिचार्ज को बढ़ा सकें, पानी को रोक सकें। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। ये स्लाइड शायद आगे बढ़ नहीं रही है, एक बार मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा थोड़ा नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे शिफ्ट करें। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। ये स्लाइड शो थोड़ा रुक गया है, मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा था एक बार इसको थोड़ा आगे बढ़ाइएगा थोड़ा स्लाइड को। हाँ थैंक यू। इसमें जो हमने भी इरिगेशन पोटेंशियल जो क्रिएट किया है उसमें मुख्य रूप से जो भी वाटर बॉडीज थे उनका आइडेंटिफिकेशन बहुत डीपली किया और इसमें हमने ये ध्यान रखा कि कौन सी वाटर बॉडीज थी जो पहले बड़ी एस्टेब्लिश, उससे आसपास के एरिया में काफ़ी इरिगेशन वर्क होता था और अब वो या तो कहीं स्लेज होने से या अन्य किसी कारण से पीछे से कैचमेंट एरिया से पानी न आने से रुक गई है। ये सर्वे दिन पहले स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने काफी मेहनत करके किया। हमने 5 ब्लॉक में जो आउट ऑफ 7 में से हमने अभी ये काम काफी फास्ट स्पीड चला रखा है, जिससे हमारा वाटर टेबल करीब 0.9 मीटर से 2 मीटर इंक्रीज हुआ है। करीब 20 एडिशनल एरिया क्रॉप के लिए तैयार हुआ है और ड्रिंकिंग वाटर की अवेलेबिलिटी इंक्रीज हो पाई है। टोटल ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन अराउंड 3.36 लाख और कैटल पॉपुलेशन अराउंड 2.08 लाख को इसका बेनिफिट मिला है। इसके अलावा जो वाइल्ड लाइफ है, फ्लोरा और फौना है, उसको भी इसका बहुत एडवांटेज मिला है। हमारे जो टेंजिबल और इंटेंजिबल जो बेनिफिट जिस तरह से हुए हैं, सप्लाई साइड इंडिकेटर्स में अभी हम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पर लें। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज। यस, सप्लाई साइड में जो हमारे इंडिकेटर है, इसमें ग्राउंड में रिचार्ज सरफेस वाटर एनरिच हुआ है। डिमांड साइड इंडिकेटर्स में हमारे रिडक्शन इन वाटर सप्लाई थ्रू टैंकर्स, जो हमारे यहाँ पे काफ़ी रूरल एरियाज में टैंकर से सप्लाई करनी पड़ती है।
The कनेक्शन जा रहा है। चलिए, आपका कनेक्शन जाता है, ठीक है, कंटिन्यू कर लीजिए इंद्र सिंह जी।
हाँ, बार बार इसके अलावा हमारे जो हैंडपंप्स होते हैं, काफ़ी पानी नीचे चले जाने से ड्राई हो जाते थे, स्पेशली इन समर टाइम में, तो वो भी अभी काफ़ी लंबे समय तक चल पा रहे हैं। और इसके अलावा ओपन वेल का भी रिचार्ज हुआ है और क्रॉप एरिया इंक्रीज हुआ है, ग्रीन कवर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में इंक्रीज हुआ है। इसका सोशो इकोनॉमिक इफेक्ट यदि हम देखते हैं तो इसमें जो ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशन, जो कि बेसिकली हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में 2 तहसील में है, उनका सर्वाइवल केवल फॉरेस्ट पे और लाइव स्टॉक पर ही है। उनके पास एग्जिट होल्डिंग बहुत कम है।
आप गेटिंग कनेक्टेड, डिस्कनेक्टेड, तो इट्स ऑल राइट। आई थिंक आप जल्दी कर दीजिएगा, इट इज गेटिंग डिस्कनेक्टेड। तो हाँ,
ये बार बार ये सर मेरे थोड़ी सिग्नल या प्रॉब्लम है, क्योंकि मैं हेडपंप से बाहर हूँ थोड़ा, तो मैं
ठीक है, ठीक
इसमें थोड़ा सा शॉर्ट में बता पाऊंगा कि
है,
2
ठीक है,
स्लाइड और
ठीक है, सर।
इसमें सर अब जो मुख्यमंत्री जलस्वावलंबन योजना, जेएसए और राजीव गांधी जल संचय योजना, इसमें हमने पिछले साल हमारे जो ऑफिसर्स गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से आए थे, उन्होंने काफ़ी अच्छा हमको गाइडेंस दिया और हमने उनके साथ फील्ड में विजिट भी।
अच्छा, okay, we'll continue with the next person because now I think it's getting disconnected. Okay, Shamik. Okay, Shavik, no, okay. We'll now we'll go to the next speaker.
So we can do
We will.
that. We can have the conversation later. We can continue with the other speakers now.
Yeah,
Please
that's
go
right.
ahead.
Let's not. Anyway, we'll Radha now from Sikkim. You can take over.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. राव जी अभी तो ठीक है. Now it's getting connected. आप मेरी बात थोड़ा सुन लीजिए. See what you have done is excellent work you have done. आपके जो आसपास के गांव जिले से भी हमारा 2-3 डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर्स मैजिस्ट्रेट्स आए थे. मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है कि हमारे इस कैश रेन कैंपेन के अगले पार्ट अभी शुरू होने वाला है. फिर 3 or 4 चीजें हम कम करना चाहते हैं. एक तो दिस नेक्स्ट 3 months 4 months पीरियड आपका अभी से दिसंबर जनवरी फरवरी मार्च आप इसमें थोड़ा वाटर अवेयरनेस का एक मुहिम चलाएंगे. हम नेशनल ये नेहरू युवक केंद्र के लोग भी आएंगे आपके साथ मिलके काम करने के लिए. We identify all the water bodies in your district. रेवेन्यू रिकॉर्ड देख के उसमें जांच पड़ताल कर लीजिएगा. एंड वेर एवर वाटर बॉडीज हैव बीन एनक्रोच उसको एनक्रोच रिमूव करा के उसमें डीसिल्टिंग करा के वॉल्यूम बढ़ाने की कोशिश कर देना. यू हैव डन इट, अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क यू हैव डन, एंड यू हैव आल्सो टोल्ड दैट द रिजल्ट आल्सो very places the water table has gone up and your water the number of tanker supply has also reduced. हेलो, आप सुन सकते हैं?
आवाज आ रही है सर.
सेकेंड मैं आपको कल फोन में बात कर लूंगा. ठीक है, बिकॉज अभी तो कनेक्शन प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, बाकी लोगों को भी परेशान हो रहा है. तो आई स्पीक टू यू टुमारो फोन बात कर लूंगा. ठीक है, अच्छा किया. थैंक्स फॉर योर प्रेजेंटेशन. नाउ विल गो टू राधा. आपका प्रेजेंटेशन देंगे. ठीक है, आप म्यूट कर लीजिएगा. इंद्र सिंह जी आप म्यूट कर लीजिएगा. राधा कैन यू मेक योर प्रेजेंटेशन?
Yes. Mr. Sauvik.
Rather, actually, I was election observer there in 2014 election में. I and two of there I was in south and
Okay, sir.
west district में था. Okay, now let's come. Go ahead.
All right, sir. Okay, sir. So, good afternoon to everybody. So basically, I'll be representing our district collector since he is occupied somewhere. So, can you, Mr. Sauvik, next slide. The status and coverage, the table showing the existing per capita supply of drinking water with covered habitation and household as per IMS. Basically, this slide is that I have prepared is from the IMS, and I'll be talking about LPCD. Okay, so I have divided the table into different habitations and number of household and percentages. So basically, total number of households that receive 55 LPCD water in our state, especially the East District, is only 93. Okay, so the total number is 276. And before I say anything, I would like to tell all the panelists and the participants over here that our state, Sikkim, is a very small state. It comprises of only 4 districts, and out of 4 districts, what we can say is that we don't have that much of scarcity of water. But then, because of the topography and the terrain that we have in our state, all the rainfall that we receive, which is sufficient or substantial rainfall that we receive in our state, because of the slope and because of the terrain, it seeps down. I mean, it goes down wasted. So when it is wasted and it is not reserved somewhere, so it kind of triggers soil erosion and landslide and loss of life. So here, to combat scarcity of water, especially in 2 districts of our state, the west side of our Sikkim and south side of Sikkim, these 2 states, these 2 districts are having scarcity of water. So to combat scarcity of water in 2 districts, what we have done is we have started to recharge watershed. So to recharge watershed, spring waters. Basically, what we say over here is Dhara Bikas. So to recharge Dhara Bikas, or to recharge spring water, what we have started in most of the water prone districts, that we have started digging trenches, okay. So trenches, and then we started digging holes, and because of those activities, those areas which were basically having water scarcity, now they are having a lot of water. Their problems does not still exist. So the good practices that we are doing in our state is that we are doing a lot of rainwater harvesting. So we are capturing rainwater. From 2009 onwards, what we have started is we have started respecting water. We are not letting the rainfall go waste. We are trapping rainwater by digging pits. We are digging trenches. Because of those trenches and because of those pits, we have been able to successfully trap rainwater and recharging, recharging the water table. And because of those activities, the villagers now come back to us and say that we are now not having water problem. But then, with regards to Jal Jeevan Mission, the main purpose of the Jal Jeevan Mission is to give at least 55 LPCD of water to the household. The slide that you people are
You are muted.
okay.
Radha,
Next
you are
slide.
muted.
Yeah. These are the key challenges that we are currently facing in terms of getting 55 LPCD. So the target of Jal Jeevan Mission is to give 55 LPCD water to the household. So we have got a lot of challenges, though we are surrounded with Himalayas and snow-capped mountains and heavy rainfall. But then we do have some problem, and our key challenges are that when we were preparing estimates for Jal Jeevan Mission and then pipelines, can I read out? Can I read out? No.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Okay. So the key challenges is that suppose we go into one village, say one GP, the Gram Panchayat. So when we want to restore water over there in that particular Gram Panchayat, and in our survey we find out that the particular Gram Panchayat we are into, they do not have their source of water. So what we do is we go to the other GPU for water source. So here what happens is that the people of other GPU is reluctant to give the source to the other GPU. That is the big challenge that we have. And another challenge that we have in our state, Sikkim, is that people are really reluctant to participate or contribute 5% capital investment for the JJM mission. As per JJM mission, what we are supposed to do is the villagers or villagers need to at least contribute 5% for that project. But then here in Sikkim, what we are facing is the people out there, they are not convinced, they are not ready to contribute 5% capital investment for this JJM Jal Jeevan mission. Though we have very often met them personally, and we have spoken, and we have got various NGOs and self-help group and the panchayats meeting the people and convincing them. But then what they have declined to do is to contribute 5%. As Jal Jeevan Mission requires asks us to contribute 5% from the villagers. So that is one major problem. And then another problem that Sikkim people here we are facing is the notified land parks, wildlife parks, forests, private holdings. In terms of constructing tanks, laying of pipes, we come across such notified wildlife parks, forests, and private holdings. So people out there, what happens is they are kind of hesitant to give away that particular plot for laying out tanks or building tanks and then laying off pipelines. And then again, we have wildlife parks, forests coming in between, laying off tanks and water supplies. So what we want from our side is that if there is a notification from the central government or national water mission that this notified wildlife parks and forests and private holdings should give their part of land, whatever incomes in between construction of water tank and laying of pipes, then I think this would solve the problem. But then what we do here in our villages, what we do is we often go and meet our people. We try to convince that you need not give the entire 5% of contribution. We will also ask the honorable MLAs, we'll also ask honorable MP to contribute from their side, and we'll also meet those people so that they can contribute. But then I don't know why our villagers, they have a lot of apprehension, and then they think that why the government is asking us 5% and things like that. So that is one biggest problem for commissioning Jal Jeevan Mission. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, now in terms of operation and management, once the Jal Jeevan Mission is over and then we have all the arrangement for functional household tap water in the villages, now the biggest question that comes is O&M, that is operation and maintenance. People here in Sikkim, though they are kind of really good in participating, but then when it comes to operation and management, they are a little unsincere, I would say. They are kind of not participating in operation and maintaining. They lack in sense of belongingness. So that would be one of the biggest challenge for all of us here in Sikkim. I guess it's the same in other states also. Next slide. So the slide itself speaks volume. We have got a lot of suggestions because I will not be able to read out all the whatever is in the slide, but then I would like to put out few things like the fund allocation and the cost of land, and then maximum coverage of the contribution from the MPs, MLAs. All of those things are that we are working on it. But then if direction comes or notification comes from the ministry or from higher ups, it will I think be easy for all of us over here in the field to really work out on Jal Jeevan Mission. Next slide. So there's a need to update IMS also at the as the coverage of IMS at present, it shows 99.3%, which is not based against as per the census data. So I guess over here, what we need to do is from the ministry, the IMS has to be updated, because the present status that is in the IMS is 99.34%, which is not true. Yes, sir.
Actually, we are not looking at the Jal Jeevan Mission here. Okay, so
Okay.
if you have issues with Jal Jeevan Mission, you can talk to the Jal Jeevan Mission people there. So we are
Okay.
from the National Water Mission. So if you have issues with Jal Jeevan Mission,
Okay.
we can talk.
Yeah, I just
Okay,
wanted to highlight about Jal Jeevan Mission, because we have got lot of
So our idea is actually, if you understand, water mission is looking at the water. Jal Jeevan Mission is only a part of a very small part of the water. So we are
Then can I talk about yes, sir? Can I talk about the best practices that we are doing for conservation of water?
Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
So I'll be talking about the best practices that we do to restore water and conserve water over here in Sikkim. Okay, as I said that our state is divided into 4 districts. Out of 4 districts, 2 districts have a lot of water problem. So to combat that water problem or scarcity, whatever you call, what we have done in our two districts, that is West District and the South District, is that we have started visiting the villages, talking to the panchayats and the villages and the NGOs and self-help group and the different line departments to come out with recharging water by digging trenches, digging pits. And if I have to specifically say something about our place, is that there's one GPU called Mallidara in South Sikkim. Initially, in the year 2009, this Mallidara GPU, Gram Panchayat unit, used to have a lot of water scarcity. And the institution over there, the headmaster used to ask their students, almost 400 plus students, to bring 2 liters or at least 1 liter of water to the school to combat the scarcity and to cook their midday meal. So when the department or the RDD or the additional director or the DC get to know things about this scarcity of water in particular Mallidara GPU, what we did from our side was that we went to the village, we surveyed and we identified spring waters which needed to be recharged. So we, after survey, we identified certain spring waters. So talking with the villagers and forest officers and line departments and then PHEs, we came to one conclusion that there is a need of water recharge. So despite of us having a lot of rainfall, we could not trap those rainwater, or to say that those rainwater was not seeping inside. It was just going down because of the terrain. So what we thought of doing was to dig trenches and then use pits, so that whatever rainfall we receive, it goes through and percolates inside that pit, and then it kind of recharges water. So initially the villagers, they were reluctant, they were hesitant that this kind of recharges we have never seen in our life. We will not obey you, we will not dig pits. So what we did from our side was we went there, we took help of WWF and other NGOs, and we started digging trenches and then making pits. So once the pits and trenches were dug, and we waited for the rainfall, and once it started percolating after say 1 or 2 weeks, month, the people started to find the difference. There were in that particular village of Mallidara, there were people who used to raise cattle, pigs, cattle, everything, but then because of the scarcity of water, they were thinking to like not go for this business. But then once we started making trenches and then pits, what happened was a big result or a difference could be seen. So the spring waters, after some time, it got recharged, and then people out there, they found the difference. One time they were having a lot of water problem and issues. Then after digging that pit and trenches, there was a huge difference in the availability of water. So the because of that initiative or because of that activity, the people of that particular village Mallidara, they started receiving a lot of water. So that way, because of this activity of recharging water, the people of particular village right now, I can proudly say that they no longer face water problem. Okay, so number next, the best practices that we do in our state is rainwater harvesting. So for the rainwater, we get a substantial rainwater in the month of June, July and August. Maximum rainfall is there. So to trap that rainwater, what we do is we ask all the institution, all the GPUs, wherever there is scarcity of water, to go for rainwater harvesting. And especially the rainwater harvesting is done through the roof water rainwater harvesting. So once we ask the educational institution and the GPUs, they few GPUs and few educational institution have started doing that, and they now happily say that we no longer face water problem. So the scarcity of water is no longer with because of this rainwater harvesting. So these are our best practices.
Thank you, Radha. Very good. The issues related to Jal Jeevan Mission can be taken up
Sure.
later on. But what you said is in Malimada, that village where you have the
Yes,
Malidada
sir.
village. So they have seen the experience of the advantages of
Yes, sir.
rainwater harvesting structures, and why other Gram Panchayats are not coming forward to do that. That we
So
probably will have to have
yeah,
more awareness to be built around them, and probably you can take them and take some of the villages and take them around and show them also. After
yes,
all,
sir.
your population is only about 3 lakhs, and Sikkim, as I said, I was observer for 2014 election, so I was in charge of the west and south districts. So I have traveled extensively, and I think I remember going to the school also, this Pamalida school also. Your population is not very high, so you can actually
Yeah,
take these people around and show them. And I would appreciate that you have villages are very neat and clean. A lot of good cleanliness was maintained. Very nice, nice of it. But you made a very interesting point that in Sikkim, and as the case in Sikkim, in many other states like Uttarakhand, all where there's a heavy slope, the biggest problem is that even though they get sufficient rainfall, the water runs away because of the
yeah.
slope, goes
Yes,
away,
sir.
and they also lead to landslide. So that's exactly the point. We should try to slow down the flow of water down.
Yes, yes, sir.
As yesterday Selection Singh was telling, we should actually um, make the water walk and then
Yeah,
stop and then percolate down. That's the
yes, sir.
type of arrangement you would. So contour trenchings are very good. A lot of areas I have also seen that in Pakyong also. I was there when
Yeah,
the
yes, sir.
airport was being constructed. So I'm you are there. So I was actually there, came for inquiry of all those building damages and all this which was happening due to the airport construction, where you
Yes, sir.
people have
Yes,
stopped the movement of vehicles and all. Anyway, those areas you have seen a lot of trenches. So you should do this, as Secretary Sir was also telling, dig it campaign. You should have just
yeah,
dig up the area and let the water be stored there. Spring rejuvenation is one very important aspect for Sikkim, because springs is one of the major source of this water in the upper reaches. So spring rejuvenation, a lot of mountains have lot of springs, so we should try to conserve and rejuvenate those springs. Spring water is very good, so you can
yes,
use
sir.
them for drinking purpose also. The last point I would say is, see, in as a part of this Catch the Rain campaign, to all of you, we were actually trying to look up and establish what you call as rain centers in all districts. So you in your every district you should establish what is called as a range centers, which is nothing but a technical guidance place where a person will be able to tell the callers how to construct the rainwater harvesting structures. So basically, it is a mobile number or just a phone with the number of which is given publicity to all the people. So you write on the village chowk and all these things. Call this number to know about rainwater harvesting structures. That's the rain center. If people can call up that number and ask for how to construct rainwater harvesting structures, what would be the approximate estimate. Those things can be given from that center. It's a water knowledge center for water. So if in your school, how to construct a rooftop rainwater harvesting structure, or how to impound the entire water falling within the compound of a school or a university or a college. You have that University of Manipal in Gangtok and all. So these are all institutions which have large area, and you in Sikkim, lot of forest areas there. The water can be conserved inside the forest also. It's not a non-forest activity. The forest people also can be asked to make trenches and water storage inside the forest area. Ultimately, we want to store water, whether water is stored inside the forest area or outside the forest area. That will help the entire state. So you also should involve forest department to make water harvesting structures inside the forest area and conserve the water falling inside the forest area. Okay, spring
Yes, sir.
rejuvenation you should focus on, and all the school buildings and government buildings should have rooftop rainwater harvesting structures. This is particularly essential for you because of the steep slopes. Water running down the slope can cause landslides. The best
sir.
way to prevent landslide is to ensure that the water is stored in that
Trapped.
place. So
Yes.
it's basically like a reverse of crowd sourcing. Crowd
Yes,
sourcing is what I give money, you give money, everybody collects money and becomes a huge quantity. It's the
Yes,
reverse
sir.
of it. A big water body is made up of small droplets of water. So if you can stop the droplets of water at the source itself, then
Yes,
this
sir.
big water body will not be formed. So you should ensure that wherever rain is falling, the water body, the water rainwater is collected and stored there and sent down to the earth there, so that your issues of flooding, landslide, all can be avoided.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
basically, that's where the campaign says, catch the rain where it falls, when it falls. It's not even late. When it falls, it should store. Not that
Yes, sir.
bring it down to some lake somewhere down and then store it there. So that's the way it should be. In situ storing as well. Thank you, Radha, for your.
Yes, sir.
How is the Pakyong airport is functional now?
No, sir. Yet it is under construction. I believe it will take another
I
1 year.
thought that so SpiceJet had started the flights.
It started, sir. I think it was functional for 2 to 3 months, but then because of some issues, again the airport is stopped, sir.
Oh,
So
sure.
I guess for another 1 year we won't be having
My
that
God.
functional airport.
It was supposed to come up in 2014. I guess.
Yeah, because of some issues, I guess I don't know, sir. One more year.
Okay, fine, good.
Thank
Okay.
you so much, sir.
And if people come from Darjeeling and from, they can come up the road and by helicopter. The helicopter service is still there.
Helicopter service is there, but then I personally would like you to not to come by air, but it's very beautiful traveling all the way. Though
I've
the
been
road.
there. I was there for 2 months for elections anyway. Thank you.
Okay, you know, sir. Okay.
So now I request now for the representative from the Karur district, Mr. Executive Engineer. I think the collector was supposed to be there. Malar Viji, she's not available, I'm told. Okay, the representative of the collector Karur, please make a presentation on the cash rain, because we have had people from Toothukudi and all coming and making presentation, because we had collector Satish. Satish, I think, from Sandeep of Toothukudi making presentation. We had the DM of Karur making presentation, and also we had Pondicherry collector also making presentation from your area. Okay, please go ahead.
Sir, Namaskar, sir. I am Executive Engineer Karur, sir. Karur district is located in the western part of Tamil Nadu and surrounded by the many hillocks of Eastern Ghats, and it is one of the rain shadow districts, sir. Due to the continuous suggestions and many inspections from the Jal Shakti team, we are properly utilizing the schemes like NREGS and other state schemes for improving the water storage and recharge structures, sir. The average rainfall in the district is 550 mm to 600 mm. The 90% of agriculture in Karur district depends on the tube wells, bore wells, and dug wells, sir. Karur district have 8 blocks and 157 village panchayat and have 2,181 habitation. In this area, 65% covering under critical and overexploited zone as per according to the groundwater division, sir. We have 108 MI tanks and 823 ponds and around 75 kilometers of inlet and outlet channels. To save the entire rainwater, we are improving the runoff and watershed under various NRM works. The following schemes and works are taken up during the last year. Desilting of inlet and outlet channels, 21.55 kilometer we have taken and completed, sir. About 330 numbers of boulder check dam and 2029 numbers of concrete check dams and 243 numbers of Cabion check dams and 3,500 numbers of individual choke pit, 45.55 kilometer of avenue plantations and 81,000 MTP, moss tree plantation, and 685.75 kilometer earthen bunding and 58 numbers farm pond. About 894 staggered trenches are taken and completed in the year, sir. These are the inlet and outlet channel and Kulithalai block, sir. Before under it was done under NRGS, MG NRGS. Before, during, and after completion of this desilting the channel, sir. Then another one channel. This also from Kulithalai block. This also a channel improved under MG NRGS, sir. The boulders check dam. This is
Go ahead. Very nice. Go ahead.
Stop sharing. Sir, this one is a boulder check dam, sir. This is constructed where the low velocity of stream is there. In these places, we have constructed boulder check dams, about 330 numbers in our district, sir. This one is a Cabion check dam. About 243 numbers we have constructed in our district with the medium velocity of stream flow where is there. This kind of this boulder check dam, this Cabion check dam we have done, sir, by using the wired mesh and also. Then this one is the cement concrete check dam. According to the width of the channel, we are constructing, sir. We are constructing about 4 meter width to 15 meter width of the channel we are taking up and constructing the work, sir. Whereas the velocity of flow is much and the potential water stagnation is there. At that places we are constructing the cement concrete check dam, sir. This also one of the check dam along the continuous of check dam constructing in the channel, sir. Like that, we have constructed 229 check dams in the previous year, sir. This is the individual choke pit, sir. This is the individual choke pit for houses. The bathing and washing water directly allowed to the ground by using the filter media. About 3,500 numbers of individual choke pit constructed in the past year, sir. Then this one is a earthen bunding. Earthen bunding we are normally using in the private land for water catching and moisture conservation, sir. This is about nearly 685.75 kilometer length. We have constructed the earthen bunding in the private farmers field, sir. This one is a new farm ponds. This farm ponds around 58 numbers we have constructed in the farmers land. About 15 meter by 15 meter size we are going to construct that, and during the rainwater harvesting will take place, and the nearby wells and farmers wells, tube wells and dug wells are recharged due to this farm pond. And this one is for rising nurseries, sir. Every block we have 8 blocks. Each block we are having a nursery. This each nursery we are producing about 1 lakh seedlings, sir. This seedlings we are directly used for this moss tree plantation and avenue tree plantation purposes, sir. About 81,000 MTP moss tree plantation we have done, and about 45.55 kilometer of length of avenue plantation we have done by using this nursery, sir. It is coming. It is done under MG Energies. These are the tree plantations, sir. Some sites we are showing, sir. Then another one. This is also a tree plantation. This is a local tree guard we are using, sir, for cattle and to protect from cattle and others. These things, sir. Then this is a staggered trench. We are constructing the staggered trench in the fallow land. This will recharge the water. Then, according to on the dovetail schemes, we are using 3 schemes under by the state government. One is Kudimaramat, and another one is THAI 2 and the State Finance Commission. In this dovetail scheme, in the past year, we have completed 104 minor irrigation tanks and 397 numbers of ponds we are desilted, and channels about 3,000 meters we have desilted the channels. This is the one of the pond constructed under this THAI 2 scheme, sir. This is one of the pond in Kadaur block, sir. After then previous one. This is the one of the pond constructed for the SFC under SFC, sir. Due to the recent rain, this rainwater catch is there. This is one MI tank, sir. After immediate completion, we have taken this photo. This side also, this bund side also, we are planting the trees, sir, for protect the bund and strengthening the bund. Also greeneries, we are seedling the plants. Next one. This one MI tank, sir. After rain, this is the MI tank. Due to the initiation taken by the Karur district administration, the water table have been raised about 2.14 meters from July 2019 to September 2020. In July 2019, the groundwater level is 7.88 meters, sir. In June 2020, it is 7.23 meter. July 2020, it is 7.02 meter. In September 2020, it is 5.74. In the span of July 2019 to September 2020, we have raised the water level about 2.14 meters, sir. Groundwater table raised, sir. In order to compile the above achievements, sir, we have showcased a presentation of NRMOs done in the Kadaur block of Karur district by the people involvement and the district and by the district administration, sir.
Video may not play like this in the WAPA. I don't know.
Sir, this is on presentation, sir. Just I will. தனியா எடுத்து வைக்க சொல்றேன்.
Muriyada, because I think this may not work with the system here, the video conference. Okay, no problem. Leave it. It's working.
Now it is what? Audio.
It may not come because the technology may not take it from your computer. This is because video, they have a different way of handling this. Leave it. Let's go back to your presentation if you have anything to continue.
Yes, sir. With this,
Fine.
we
Very
conclude,
nice,
sir. We thank our state government, sir, for this.
Balaji, can you do you get rainfall in the return the monsoon or retreating monsoon, or in the normal monsoon you get rainfall? When is your rainy month?
This is the normal monsoon, sir.
And not the retreating monsoon.
Sir, September month,
You
sir.
get it September.
Last-
You get it from June to September, or it is the other one, September to November. When do you get rainfall? When do you get rainfall?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
The rainfall
That's
September
the
to
retreating
November.
monsoon. Okay. Yeah, that's what.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, good thing that you have only very
Yes,
very 500 mm rainfall, which is not very high, but you have done a lot of very good works there. And the water you have pictures you have shown, is it of the recent pictures or it's old pictures? Pictures are old.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Or recent pictures.
recent pictures, sir. This is
Okay.
current year pictures, sir.
Correct,
Current
okay,
year
fine.
pictures, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Sir, apart from that, the Anganwadi and the school buildings, sir, that roof covering, we have completed 90% of the schools and Anganwadis we have covered, sir. Already we are having the rainwater harvesting system. Only few are there left out. That
basically, if you look at all India is looking after to Tamil Nadu for the rooftop rainwater harvesting structure. You know, rain centers how successful were in Chennai. So you should ensure that 100% buildings, the school buildings, your Anganwadi centers, PSCs, government offices,
Yes,
all should have rainwater harvesting structures. And you don't have much rainfall, so I would say
yes, sir,
that
definitely, sir, definitely.
you should ensure that not a drop of water goes out of your village, of your district. You should plan in such a way that water in your district is captured within your district, and like you have done good farm ponds, 53 of them, increased in availability of farm ponds, and tube wells. I don't know whether in those areas you have big dug wells, because in some South Indian states you have long, big dug wells, community wells are there. Whether that's available or not, you can old wells may be available. Use this as a water harvesting structure. You can get the rainwater into this old wells. And good soak pits you have done, very nice. This type of work it has to be very, very essential.
Thank you, sir.
So please see that in the rainy season, which is coming up now, you ensure that all the rainfall water falling is impounded in your area, so that your water table can go up. Nice, good work. 2 meters of water table has gone up. Please continue to do that. Very good. Thank you. Please convey my congratulations also to your collector. Okay. Now we'll have Arun from the
Thank you.
next Balakrishnan. Now we have Arun Sharma from Ahuti, an NGO. Please go ahead, Arun.
Good evening, sir.
Please go ahead, Arun. Go ahead, Arun.
हेलो सर, मैं अरुण शर्मा अवती से बोल रहा हूँ. हमारा एनजीओ का मेन काम करने का जो उद्देश्य है, वाटर रिचार्ज, वाटर लेवल को कैसे ऊपर लेके आए. हम उस पर बहुत सारे काम कर रहे हैं. हम स्कूल कॉलेजेस में जाके बच्चों को सेमिनार्स करते हैं, उनको पानी बचाने के लिए प्रेरित करते हैं, कैसे हम वाटर बचाएं, कैसे हम वाटर लेवल को ऊपर लेके आए, जो हमारा डे बाई डे कम होता जा रहा है. उसके लिए काफ़ी जगह हमने काम किया है. और मेरा बीइंग इंजीनियर, एक जो हमारा रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम है, जो उसको कॉस्ट को इफेक्टिव करना था, हमारा डिज़ाइन में बहुत सारे हमने डिज़ाइन किए हैं. और यूपी में बेसिकली वी आर फ्रॉम अलीगढ़ में हमने, जो हमारा वाटर लेवल था पहले 100 फीट पे था, अभी क्या हुआ है वो 200 फीट पे नीचे चला गया. तो यहाँ हमारे एरिया में जो भी हमारे सबमर्सिबल्स डेड हो गए थे ड्यू टू वाटर, पानी नीचे चला गया, उनका जो डेड समर थे उनको हमने एक छोटा पिट बना के बहुत 10 या 12 हजार रुपए में मैक्सिमम खर्चा करके हमने कन्वर्ट कर दिया उनको, रिचार्ज पिट के अंदर में हमने कन्वर्ट कर दिया। बट सर यहाँ पे हमें जो मेनली जो दिक्कत आती है, मैं प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए मैंने कुछ डिजाइन भेजे हुए हैं, अगर स्लाइड आएगी तो मैं बताऊंगा। यहाँ पे क्या होता है, जो गवर्नमेंट बॉडी है, जैसे सारे लोगों ने बात की कि ये मैंडेटरी भी है, जियो भी है यहाँ पे कि भाई रूफटॉप वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम होना चाहिए। बट यहाँ पे अगर मैं यूपी की बात करता हूँ तो सबसे ज्यादा धज्जियां गवर्नमेंट के ऑफिस, स्कूल, कॉलेज, हॉस्पिटल उड़ा रहे हैं। हम जैसे लोग बहुत उस पर काम कर रहे हैं, मेरे से बहुत सारे लोग हमारे साथ में हैं। हमारे आउथी के अध्यक्ष अशोक चौधरी साहब बहुत काम कर रहे हैं। एक एनजीओ और है हमारा, पानी बचाओ देश बचाओ पे हम काम कर रहे हैं। तो हमें दूसरे के पीछे से हमें सपोर्ट नहीं मिलता। अभी लास्ट ईयर का मैं इंसिडेंट बता रहा हूँ, सीडीओ साहब अलीगढ़ ने एक जियो सर्कुलेट किया जिसमें उन्होंने कहा एक 200 लीटर का ड्रम लगा के बिल्डिंग के नीचे लगा के उसमें छेद करके उन्होंने पूरा बकायदा एक लेटर सर्कुलेट किया गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर्स के लिए कि रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम है। हम लोग उनको मोटिवेट करने के लिए आते हैं, साहब हमारे पास तो ये जियो आ गया, हम तो इतना ही करेंगे, उससे आगे करेंगे नहीं, जबकि वो एक्चुअल में रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम है ही नहीं। अभी अलीगढ़ का मैं एग्जांपल देता हूँ, यहाँ पे एग्जीबिशन ग्राउंड है, नुमाइश ग्राउंड है, बहुत बड़ा ग्राउंड है, वहाँ पे पूरे शहर का गंदा पानी आता है। नगर निगम अलीगढ़ ने, सर देखिए कितना बड़ा इंसिडेंट कहूंगा मैं इसको, कितना बड़ा पैसे की बर्बादी कहूंगा। उन्होंने क्या किया, वहां पे सिंपल रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम लगाने का उन्होंने तैयारी कर दी, काफी काम उस पर हो गया है। हमने बार बार कोशिश की, हमने आरटीआई डाला हुआ है उस पर, आप ऐसा नहीं कर सकते, गंदा पानी आप डिस्चार्ज नहीं कर सकते। तो सर बहुत सारी दिक्कतें हैं। जब तक सरकारी, और हम हिंदुस्तानी लोग हैं, जब तक डंडा भी नहीं होता गवर्नमेंट का, हम करते नहीं है। हमारे यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, गवर्नमेंट के जो भी डिपार्टमेंट है जिनकी जिम्मेवारी है, जहाँ पे या नगर निगम हो या अथॉरिटीज हो, वो लोग बिल्कुल निष्क्रिय हैं। वो इस पे कोई फोकस नहीं करते, कोई काम करने के मूड में वो लोग रहते नहीं है।
इसलिए अरुण जी ठीक है, इसलिए हमें मुहिम चलाया, क्योंकि काफी डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में ये तो थोड़ा ढीला चल रहा था। एंड जैसे वो एक साइकिल में बन गया था
सर,
समर में पानी नहीं आएगा तो टांगर चलाएंगे, उसमें भी थोड़ा खतरा हो सकता है। फिर यहाँ पे फ्लड्स आ जाएंगे, फ्लड्स में भी तो नुकसान हो जाएगा, उसी में कुछ हो सकता है। इसलिए ये दोनों को मिला के हम बोल रहे हैं कि पानी हम बारिश का पानी हम इकट्ठा करके संग्रह करें तो पानी एक तो समर में के लिए भी काम आ जाएंगे और फ्लड्स की वजह से जितना नुकसान होता है वो भी कम हो जाएंगे।
डेफिनेटली
इसीलिए हमने
बिल्कुल
चलाई है। हम
मेरी
डीएम को भी मैं बताता हूँ, डीएम को भी मैंने चिट्ठी लिखा है, हमने 2 बार मैंने एक चिट्ठी लिखा है मैंने, कभी आपको भी फॉरवर्ड कर दूंगा, आप उसको लेके डीएम के पास जाइए। दूसरा, हमारे मंत्री जी ने भी आपके यूपी सीएम को भी लिखा है कि इसमें भागीदारी लेने के लिए। तो और मैं जैसे मैंने बताया दिसंबर 16 से, विजय दिवस के दिन से नेहरू युवा केंद्र, हर आपके यहाँ पे भी नेहरू युवा केंद्र होंगे, नेहरू डिप्टी डायरेक्टर से मिल लीजिए अभी। तो नेहरू युवा केंद्र का भी बोला है कि पिछले अगले 6 महीने मतलब दिसंबर, जनवरी, फरवरी, मार्च तक ये कॉलेजेस में, स्कूल्स में रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में अवेयरनेस बढ़ाने की कोशिश करें।
सर हम कई बार स्कूल कॉलेज को सर हम अप्रोच करते हैं, वो हमारे पास फंड नहीं होता, पीछे से हमारे पास पैसा नहीं है।
सुनिए
ये सर एक्सक्यूज सब बहुत जल्दी से आते हैं।
हाँ ठीक है, ये वही बिकॉज वो उन लोगों को कोई ये गवर्नमेंट की तरह से बताया नहीं गया। तो हम अभी बता रहे हैं कि लेटर गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस, स्कूल्स में रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर बनने के लिए मनरेगा में भी पैसा दिया हुआ है। सेक्रेटरी साहब ने बताया ना कि अभी इस बार में ये रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स गवर्नमेंट बिल्डिंग्स में बनाने के लिए भी मनरेगा में प्रोविजन
स्वागत करें। हम लोग तो काफी काम करते हैं। दूसरा
जैसे आपने बताया
जो हमने डिजाइन किया है, मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन शायद नहीं है यहाँ पे, मैंने जो डिजाइन किया है हमने बहुत इकोनॉमिक कर दिया उसको। गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में जैसे अगर मैंने नगर निगम अलीगढ़ में पता किया 18 लाख रुपए में उन्होंने एक रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग का कॉस्टिंग लेके आए हैं, हमने डिजाइन किया है, तो वो हार्डली मैक्सिमम 1.5 से 2 लाख रुपए में खत्म हो जाते हैं। तो सर इस पे भी हमें फोकस करना होगा कि हमारा सरकार का पैसा बर्बाद ना हो। हमारा जो मोटो है,
हम तो 60,000 50,000 की बात कर रहे हैं, आप तो 2 लाख की बात कर रहे हैं। 60,000 50,000 की छोटे रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग की बात कर रहे हैं।
सर मैं रूफटॉप रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग की बात कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि उसमें हमें पता नहीं होता कितनी पाइपिंग लगेगा, कितना हमें बोरिंग करना है, कितना बड़ा पिट बनाना पड़ेगा। तो ये दिक्कत है। तो दूसरा सर, जहाँ तक मेरी नॉलेज में है, ऐसे बहुत सारे निगम निगम और भी काम कर रहे हैं जो पैसे बेशक कर रहे हैं सर। 2 लाख रुपए मानता हूँ और 18 लाख रुपए बहुत बड़ा अंतर आ जाता है उसमें।
जरूर जरूर
तो
जरूर।
इस पे भी हमें कंट्रोल करना चाहिए। उसमें हो सकता है हम 10 लाख 18 लाख में 10 बन जाएंगे हमारे, या 12 बन जाएंगे। अल्टीमेटली हमारा पर्पस हल होना चाहिए। हम सर अप्रोच करते हैं सरकारी डिपार्टमेंट को, हम वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग फ्री ऑफ
अरुण,
कंसल्टेंसी।
जैसे मैंने बताया अभी, हर जिला में अभी हमने जिला अधीक्षकों को लेटर लिखा है कि आप एक रेन सेंटर शुरू करें। रेन सेंटर का मतलब है कैसे रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर बनाए, इसके बारे में जानकारी देने का। ये हमने इसमें लिखा है कि ये सरकारी अफसर की जरूरत नहीं है, ये एनजीओ कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो कॉर्पोरेट बॉडी कर सकते हैं, नहीं रिटायर्ड ऑफिसर करते हैं, जो भी है। हमने जो हमारे चिट्ठी में जो लिखा है कि एक मोबाइल नंबर जिसको पब्लिसिटी दे, आप एक मोबाइल नंबर जिला में पब्लिसिटी करें, ताकि इसी नंबर पे फोन करने से आपको जल के बारे में, जल के संचयन के बारे में, संरक्षण के बारे में, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में जानकारी मिले।
जी सर, हम ऑलरेडी
हाँ।
ये ऑलरेडी काम कर रहे हैं। एडी अलीगढ़ में हमने नंबर अपना दिया हुआ है, हमारे आउती का नंबर है, नगर निगम में है, और हमने जगह जगह स्टिकर्स लगाए। एनीवन कैन कॉन्टेक्ट फॉर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट कंसल्टेंसी
बढ़िया बढ़िया
रिगार्डिंग रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग
सिस्टम, वैसे ही करना है। तो आप हमसे अपना डिजाइन मैडम शेयर कर लीजिए हमारे वेबसाइट में, नहीं तो मेरे md.nwm@gov.in हमारे इसमें नंबर मिलेंगे, आप मेरे से बात कर लीजिएगा। हमारा भी यही इंडस्ट्री की अगले 5-6 महीने में ये एक्चुअली ये जो मीटिंग अभी आजकल डीएम के साथ हो रहा है, उनको अवगत करने के लिए कि आपको अगले 6 महीने 5 महीने में रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में सबको बताना है, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग में काम करना है। तो हमारा
एक
बताइए
सर एक चीज और है। मैंने आपके जल शक्ति मंत्रालय को कई बार मेल किया कि हम भी अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन चाहते हैं टेक्निकल सपोर्ट के लिए, वी आर रेडी, है ना। बट सर वहां से कभी कोई रिप्लाई मेरे को मिला नहीं।
आप किसको लिखा है?
तो जो साइट पे मेरे को मेल आईडी मिला, मैंने उनको लिखा।
आप नेशनल वाटर मिशन को लिखा है? आप देखिए, आप nwm.gov.in NWM नेशनल वाटर मिशन टाइप कर लीजिए, नहीं तो गूगल में कैच द रेन टाइप कर लीजिए, हमारा नाम आएंगे। कैच द रेन टाइप करने से भी पहला नेशनल वाटर मिशन के वेबसाइट पे आएंगे। तो आपको कैच द रेन भी टाइप कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो एनडब्ल्यूएम भी टाइप कर सकते हैं, नेशनल वाटर मिशन भी टाइप कर सकते हैं। वो हमारे मिशन हमारे वेबसाइट में आ जाइए, वहां पे आपको ये इनफैक्ट ये डिस्कशन के बारे में भी वीडियो होंगे। आपको आपका कोई नया डिजाइन है तो उसके बाद शेयर कर लीजिए, हम भी इस प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ बाकी दो लोगों को बताएंगे। हमारे कोशिश है कि कम से कम कॉस्ट में रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर बनाए। ठीक है। Have we lost the connection there? और पावर चला गया वहां पे, आई डोंट नो। सभी क्या हो गया, कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है? सभी क्या हो गया? पावर चला गया, सुनाई नहीं देते, सुनाई नहीं देते। सुनाई नहीं देते। हाँ, अच्छा, बताइए अरुण, बताइए।
जी
हाँ, बताइए।
जी, तो सर ये सब चीजें हैं। बाकी हमारा जो मेन मोटो है, हमारा डिजाइन उसको इकोनॉमी करना है, कोई भी एक इंडिविजुअल भी उसको लगा सके, कम से कम पैसे में हमारा हो। हमारा जो मोटो है वाटर लेवल को ऊपर लाने के लिए, सर हमें उस पर काम करना है। ऑलरेडी वी आर डूइंग दैट, हम लोग तो कर ही रहे हैं। बट अगर हमें कुछ सपोर्ट मिलता है, जैसे मैं आपको एक एडवाइस आपको भी मैं करना चाहूंगा, आपके मंत्रालय को, अगर कोई वहाँ पे ऐसा कोई टेक्निकल सेल वहाँ पे बनाई जाए, कोई भी इंडियन, जैसे आप बहुत अच्छा करने जा रहे हैं, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे मिलेगा, किसी को टेक्निकल सपोर्ट चाहिए तो कोई भी कांटेक्ट करके वहां से जानकारी हासिल ले सके, कर सके।
ठीक है, हम वही
दूसरा
कर रहे
थोड़ा
हैं।
सा जी,
आप हमारे नेशनल वाटर मिशन से बात करिए, बिकॉज यू आर टॉकिंग टू द रॉन्ग पर्सन। आप नेशनल वाटर मिशन की वेबसाइट में भेज दीजिए, हम आपके हम तो खोल के रखा है, जैसे जितने लोगों को इस मदद करने के लिए हम तब तैयार है। हम तो काफी रोज वेबिनार
सर वी आर
करते
रेडी
रहते
फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग टेक्निकल सपोर्ट
हैं। ठीक है,
इन
तो
ऑल ओवर इंडिया।
लिख लीजिए। हम अगले हर हफ्ते, कल भी हमारे वाटर टॉक हुआ था, 2 लाख
सर
3 लाख लोग जुड़े हुए थे। तो आप
जी,
हमारे वेबसाइट में आके हमसे बात कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है।
हाँ ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
तो
सर एक चीज और थी,
हाँ,
एक चीज और है सर, लास्ट में जो भी टेक्निकल डिपार्टमेंट हैं, जो टेक्निकल टीम यहाँ पे बैठी हुई है गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में, जो भी लोग बैठे हुए हैं, वो सर मेरा ये अपना अनुभव है। मैं बहुत सारे ऐसे गवर्नमेंट के डिपार्टमेंट है, जब मैं उनके ए या जेई से बात करता हूँ रिगार्डिंग रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम, तो वो कहते हैं हमें पता नहीं है। तो सर जो उनके
एग्जैक्टली।
डिपार्टमेंट का काम है उसको प्रमोट करने का, उनको खुद पता नहीं है।
नहीं, एग्जैक्टली, मैं शुरुआत में मैंने बताया ना, एवरीबडी टॉक्स अबाउट रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग, किसी को पता नहीं है
जी
ये रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग कैसे बनाना, किसी को पता नहीं। सब लोग बोलते हैं
जी
कोविड जैसा है, सब लोग कोविड के बारे में बोलते रहते, किसी को कोविड के पता नहीं है।
सर।
ये रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर भी ऐसे एक हाथी है जिसको कुछ पता नहीं है। तो हम उसके लिए आपने हमारे वेबसाइट में काफी जानकारी दी हुई है। एंड वो जल शक्ति केंद्र जब बनेंगे, उनको
सर
ट्रेन करने के लिए हम तैयार रखा है। तो
जी,
आप हमसे जुड़ जाइए, हमारा इसमें नेशनल वाटर मिशन के वेबसाइट में आ जाइए,
मैं
देख
सर
लीजिए।
डेफिनेटली आज ही मैं मेल करूंगा।
ठीक है, ना मेल कर देना, ठीक है, थैंक यू।
ठीक, ओके,
Swamik, so
थैंक
now
यू।
that everybody is over, we can go ahead with the it's almost how many minutes? 1 hour 42 minutes. I think all have taken up the work. Fine, so we'll conclude today because some puja is also there. So I'm very happy that today, so you have people, Radha from Sikkim, and Arun had come, and then Baran, district magistrate, also was here. Uh, we will try to, our idea is that rainwater harvesting structure should become a big movement in the country. And because जैसे सेक्रेटरी साहब ने बताया, हमारा डिमांड साइड मैनेजमेंट करते रहते हैं बहुत, बट हमें सप्लाई साइड मैनेजमेंट डैम्स बना के छोड़ देते हैं। स्मॉल स्मॉल इंटरवेंशन से काफी मदद मिल सकता है। So we should try to store rainwater harvesting, rainwater, and see that the water is stored for future use. And also we also have to do this demand side management by creating appropriate balancing of the demands, whether wastage of water has to be avoided, water use efficiency in agriculture and industry has to be improved. उसी में भी हम काम कर रहे हैं। If possible, can we have that? Is it working, or can we have that video? Can be done that now? Swamik? Okay. Audio हो सकता है, तो we'll show you, Arun and Radha, we'll show you a video of the National Water Mission so you can understand what we are doing, and then it will be helpful for you also in taking it up. Can you do that video now? It's about 5-6 minutes only, so it will be good closure.
जलस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु। जल ईश्वर स्वरूप है, सौम्य, शालीन, जीवनदायक। प्रकृति का दिया ये जल रूपी वरदान पृथ्वीवासियों के लिए सिर्फ एक विरासत नहीं, बल्कि एक जिम्मेदारी है, जिसे आने वाली पीढ़ी के लिए संभालना आवश्यक है। और इस उद्देश्य की ओर पूरी निष्ठा से कार्य कर रहा है राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन, जल शक्ति मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार।
खेती के उपयोग में आने वाले पानी का अधिकतम उपयोग हो, इस दृष्टिकोण से मंत्रालय माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में काम कर रहा है। और हमने नेशनल वाटर मिशन में 20% तक पानी के उपयोग में कमी लाने का लक्ष्य रखा है। सतह पर जो जल उपलब्ध है उसका उचित प्रबंधन, भूगर्भ के जो हमारे स्रोत हैं उनका ठीक से उपभोग हो, जो पानी हम अलग अलग क्षेत्र में उपयोग में लेते हैं उसका विवेकपूर्ण उपयोग हो, और उसके साथ साथ में जो पानी उपयोग के बाद में निकलता है उसका ठीक से ट्रीटमेंट हो, तो हम जल सुरक्षित देश को बना सकते हैं।
जलवायु परिवर्तन का विशेष ध्यान रखते हुए नेशनल एक्शन प्लान ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज के तहत नेशनल वाटर मिशन की स्थापना की गई, ताकि जल संरक्षण को बढ़ावा मिले, जल की बर्बादी को कम किया जा सके और राज्यों के भीतर एवं राज्यों के बीच जल का अधिक समान रूप से वितरण सुनिश्चित किया जा सके। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन के प्रमुख उद्देश्य हैं जल का डेटाबेस सार्वजनिक रूप से प्रस्तुत रखना और जल संसाधनों पर जलवायु परिवर्तन के प्रभाव का आकलन करना, जल संरक्षण वृद्धि और संरक्षण के लिए नागरिक और राज्य कार्रवाई को बढ़ावा देना, शोषित क्षेत्रों सहित संवेदनशील क्षेत्रों पर ध्यान देना, 20% तक जल उपयोग कुशलता में वृद्धि करना और बेसिन स्तर के एकीकृत जल संसाधन प्रबंधन को बढ़ावा देना।
देश के अंदर जितनी भी वर्षा होती है एक वर्ष के अंदर, हम उसका केवल 8% ही बचा पा रहे हैं। तो ऐसी दृष्टि को मद्देनजर रखते हुए हमें युद्ध स्तर के ऊपर जो है अपने जल प्रबंधन के कार्य को आगे बढ़ाने की आवश्यकता है, और हमारा मंत्रालय जो है उस दिशा के अंदर सतत प्रयास कर रहा है।
अपने लक्ष्य की ओर बढ़ते हुए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन ने अनेकों कदम उठाए हैं, जिसके तहत कैच द रेन नामक एक खास कैंपेन शुरू किया गया है, जिसकी टैगलाइन है कैच द रेन वेयर इट फॉल्स व्हेन इट फॉल्स। इसमें राज्य सरकारों, सामाजिक संस्थानों, सरकारी और गैर सरकारी संस्थानों से एप्रोप्रिएट रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स का निर्माण और उसके उपयोग का अनुरोध किया है, जो कि वहां के सॉइल और क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस के अनुरूप हो, और वर्षा के पानी को बचाने और कुशलता से उपयोग करने की इस मुहिम में अधिकाधिक लोगों को साथ जोड़ने की पहल की गई है। साथ ही विभिन्न कलेक्टर्स को जिला स्तर पर रेन सेंटर्स की शुरुआत करने का अनुरोध भी किया गया है, जिसके माध्यम से आम लोगों को वर्षा जल संचय से जुड़ी तकनीकी जानकारी दी जा सके। कुछ प्रमुख संस्थानों और मंत्रालयों ने वर्षा जल को संरक्षित करने के लिए कदम भी उठाए हैं। जल संरक्षण में समाज की भागीदारी को बढ़ावा देने के लिए कई संस्थाओं को भी साथ जोड़ने की पहल की गई है।
Both in urban areas and rural areas, rainwater harvesting system must be made mandatory when sanctioning plans. We must ensure that water is not wasted and the groundwater reserves are recharged when the rain falls on the ground. We must catch the rain and store it. I'm happy that the National Water Mission's campaign is taking up a timely initiative called Catch the Rain when it falls.
वर्षा जल संचय की महत्ता को ध्यान में रखते हुए समाज की जानी मानी हस्तियों ने भी इस कैच द रेन कैंपेन को बढ़ावा और सहयोग दिया। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन लगातार जल संरक्षण हेतु ट्रेडिशनल वाटर सिस्टम के रिवाइवल के लिए कार्य कर रहा है। इस दिशा में भारत के स्टेप वेल्स की धरोहर को संजोते हुए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन द्वारा स्टेप वेल्स ऑफ इंडिया नामक एक किताब लोकार्पित की गई, जिसमें 100 यूनिक और इंटरेस्टिंग स्टेप वेल्स की जानकारी मौजूद है।
ग्राउंड वाटर जिसको हम भूजल कहते हैं, उसका दोहन इतना ज्यादा हो गया है कि आने वाले दिनों में वहाँ पानी बिल्कुल ही उपलब्ध नहीं होगा। तो इसलिए जो ऐसे इलाके हैं, खासकर वल्नरेबल एरिया जिसको हम बोलते हैं, उन क्षेत्रों के लिए भी काम नेशनल वाटर मिशन कर रहा है। पानी का प्रबंधन केवल केंद्र सरकार या राज्य सरकार के प्रयासों से नहीं हो पाएगा। जिसको हम कहते हैं पार्टिसिपेटरी इरिगेशन मैनेजमेंट, वो बहुत जरूरी है। जैसे अब एक वाटर टॉक की सीरीज शुरू की गई है, जिसमें जल संगोष्ठी का आयोजन करके लोगों को जागरूक करना, कैसे लोग पानी को बचाएं, कैसे पानी का सही उपयोग करें, इस दिशा में भी नेशनल वाटर मिशन काम कर रहा है।
जल संरक्षण की अधिकाधिक जागरूकता और प्रशिक्षण का फैलाव भी किया जा रहा है, जिसके तहत वाटर टॉक नामक लेक्चर सीरीज चलाई जा रही है। इस पहल को ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचाने के लिए इस वाटर टॉक सीरीज को डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से आगे पहुंचाया गया और जिसके कारण न केवल प्रतिभागियों की संख्या बढ़ी बल्कि देश विदेश से भी लोग इसमें शामिल हो रहे हैं। साथ ही इन वाटर टॉक्स का सार एक बुक में भी कंपाइल किया गया है। इसके अलावा नेशनल वाटर मिशन की तरफ से वाटर कंजर्वेशन के अलग अलग टॉपिक्स पर टेक्निकल सेमिनार्स और वेबिनार्स भी किए जाते रहे हैं। साथ ही जिला अधिकारियों और म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर्स के साथ वीकली वेबिनार्स भी किए जाते हैं जिसमें उनके द्वारा उनके क्षेत्र में की जा रही बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस की चर्चा की जाती है।
एवरी डीएम्स को रिक्वेस्ट किया है कि हर जिले में एक रेन सेंटर नहीं तो एक जल शक्ति केंद्र खोलने के लिए। जल शक्ति केंद्र में जल के बारे में जितने भी जानकारी लोगों को मिलना चाहिए उसी के बारे में जानकारी मिलती है। बट वी हैव टू मेक पीपल अंडरस्टैंड द वैल्यू ऑफ वाटर and engage them in discussions, engage them in the in thinking about the value of water, so that they leave behind a very good legacy for their next generation.
सिंचाई क्षेत्र में सुधार के लिए 26 बेसलाइन स्टडीज भी की गईं और साथ ही मांग प्रबंधन यानी डिमांड साइड मैनेजमेंट के लिए सही फसल नामक कैंपेन चलाया जा रहा है ताकि किसानों को उनके क्षेत्र के अनुसार कम पानी की खपत वाली फसल की बुआई के लिए शिक्षित और प्रोत्साहित किया जा सके और इसके लिए किसानों को वर्कशॉप्स भी दी जा रही हैं। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन के इस कैंपेन के चलते कुछ राज्यों ने क्रॉप डाइवर्सिफिकेशन को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए अपनी पॉलिसी में बदलाव भी किए। औद्योगिक क्षेत्र में भी जल के कुशल उपयोग के लिए नेशनल वाटर मिशन लगातार निगरानी बनाए हुए है जिसके तहत कई विभिन्न उद्योगों में वाटर ऑडिट्स भी किए जा रहे हैं। BIS की पार्टनरशिप के तहत वाटर अप्लायंसेस के स्टार रेटिंग का काम भी हो रहा है। जल क्षेत्र में स्टेट स्पेसिफिक एक्शन प्लान की संरचना के लिए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन द्वारा राज्यों को वित्तीय सहायता भी दी जाती है। इतना ही नहीं, विभिन्न रूप से जल संरक्षण को व्यवहार में लाने वाले संस्थानों को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए नेशनल वाटर मिशन अवार्ड्स के जरिए 45 लाख रुपए तक के कैश प्राइजेस भी वितरित किए गए। साफ पानी और स्वच्छता मानव जीवन को पूर्ण रूप देते हैं। ये सच है, जल जीवन है, जल ही शक्ति है।
जी सर, वेरी मच।
I hope you have seen. So this is the water mission role, and then we are also pushing to the rainwater harvesting structure. Okay, fine. So we can go ahead. We are not able to hear you, Soumik. Anyway, thanks all of you for joining. Please be in touch with us. I will also communicate to you our issues. Please go ahead as we discussed. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thank you. Thank you.
Namaskar. Good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.